Hey guys, you're getting a twofer from me tonight. I'm going to make a Matsutake udon stir fry with some Chinese broccoli and lots of garlic and green onions and what else I got on the board here? Got some bluets, fried tofu, all sorts of good stuff. So let me point you down at my mise en place and I'll show you what I'm doing as I get going here. So I prepped some green onions here, cut those up. I've got some garlic. That'll be the base of my stir fry. And sauce-wise, I've got a little bit of the sort of Chinese-style black bean sauce, fermented black beans with some chilies. And I got a mixture of light soy sauce, dark soy sauce, some sugar, oyster sauce, and white pepper in here with a little bit of cornstarch and water as well. So that'll be kind of the sauce that binds the whole thing together. Ooh, that on my hand. Good time. Good time to taste this. Whoa. I'm glad you guys couldn't see that. That sauce is really good. Okay, great. I've got some Chinese broccoli here. So this is different than your standard American broccoli. It's more leafy. Stems are really what I'm after with that. I have some tofu here that I just did a quick, this is extra firm tofu. And I just did a quick dredge in some cornstarch, and I deep fried it in some oil in my cast iron. So, and the star of the show, of course, Matsutake, which I guess I could have saved some not sliced up for you guys to look at, but beautiful, beautiful Tricholoma species. Has this amazing sort of seafood cinnamon aroma. People say it smells like gym socks and Red Hots and fish, which I don't think does it justice because it's a really beautiful, unique mushroom aroma. I got some just sort of prepped udon noodles here. I got a little bit of bluet here. I'm just going to throw in too because I like to put random mushrooms in when I'm cooking so I can clean out the fridge. So there's a good look at my mise en place, and I'm going to move us over to the stove and turn my heat on. And I'm going to start cooking. So let me move you over to the pan. Jerry's out tonight doing aerial, so I figured I would do some cooking while I've got the opportunity to do so. Okay. Oh, and of course, I'm going to take my beer break. Yummy. It's a really nice hazy IPA that I'm drinking. It's great sort of fruity, terpenic tones. A little bit of sulfury thiol, but mostly terpenic, nice and citrusy and really fruity. Great beer. Okay. So hit this with some garlic. I'm going to go in with a healthy spoonful of my fermented black bean sauce here. And then I get that depth of umami and flavor here, so I'm going to put a good amount of that in. I won't shy away from flavor in this dish, or oil. I guess this is technically vegetarian. You could put some beef in this, or some pork, or chicken, or something like that, but you don't need to. Got lots of mushrooms, got lots of Matsutake, and that's going to be great. So I'm going to just let this stir fry for just a second, and I'm going to go in with all the whites of my onions here. I'm going to leave the greens to the green parts to finish at the end. And I think the next thing I need to do is get my Matsutake in here. Now a few of these Matsutake pieces are kind of big, so I'm actually going to just slice them up a little bit thinner. Matsutake is a really amazing mushroom. It's super textural, very meaty, and sometimes it can be a little too meaty. You find yourself kind of chewing on it like a big piece of meat or gristle. So I like to cut it fairly thin and kind of let the flavor of the mushroom shine through without having to, and the texture of the mushroom, but not have it be an unpleasant amount of textural component. So there's a lot to mushroom butchery, and the way that you break down a mushroom can really determine the way that it's perceived in the mouth. So Matsutake is a mushroom that I really think pairs best with sort of Eastern style flavors, as opposed to it doesn't work super well with like butter and cream and the kind of standard Western approach to mushroom cooking. I think it does better in sort of wet preparations and things that are big on sort of Asian style umami ingredients. So this is going to come together fairly quickly here. I don't have to do that much. I'm going to drop this in. I'm going to like really jack up my heat here since I'm stir frying. Oh, nice big flame. Gas oven here. I got some serious BTUs, and those noodles will thaw. I'm not worried about it. They'll get there. The stems of the broccoli, I did a very quick sort of microwave blanch. So I didn't cook the leaves yet, but the stems I just blanched for like a minute in the microwave. And that's, a lot of recipes call for you to blanch stuff, and you're like, oh god, I don't want to get like another pan dirty. And a lot of times I skip blanching because it's a pain in the butt. And I just learned that doing it in the microwave was a really easy way to do it. You can do it with any vegetable. Just give it like 30 seconds to a minute and a half in the microwave with just a tiny bit of water. You can put plastic wrap over it, but yet again, you don't even have to. It's not necessary. Okay, so I got all this stuff in here. I'm going to wait to put my tofu in until a little bit later because it's crispy and I don't want it to get uncrispy. So I blew it. I think it's a little bit of the Lacaria Amethysta occidentalis in there as well. But I'm just going to cook this all up. Give it a little bit of time here to warm through, get those noodles loosened up. And then I'm going to pour on some dark sweet soy sauce. And basically just let that cook in. So here's a mixture of sort of medium shoyu with some dark shoyu. And I've got oyster sauce and sugar and white pepper, a little dash MSG, and some water and cornstarch in here. So this will thicken it all up and really give a strong umami backbone to this whole dish. And the sugar too kind of helps pull this whole thing together. Sugar is an important part of cooking Asian foods, and a lot of Americans are adverse to putting sugar in it, not realizing, of course, that most of the food you eat probably has a significant amount of sugar in it. All those prepared foods and things have, quite a bit of sugar, and it's okay to eat some sugar. That's fine. just don't drink like 2 liters of Coca-Cola a day. That's where you're making the mistake. Okay. So now I'm going to make sure I don't forget to put in my my tofu, because I've got it sitting on the side there, and that would totally be me to like make a whole dish with an ingredient on the side and just completely forget about it. So, and I put some cornstarch in there too. So I'm hoping as I put the heat to this, it'll thicken up. So you want a nice goopy sauce that will kind of cover the noodles, bathe everything here. And I'm hoping to preserve. I don't want to cook it too long, because I want to preserve that Matsutake aroma. That's really important to me. But I put a little sake in that soy mixture too, so there's a little bit of sort of cooking wine in here as well. And if this doesn't thicken up a little bit more, I'm just going to stir in a tiny bit more cornstarch. So that's an important thing. You got to get your ratio right to get things to thicken up right. Okay, so here's your secret to all Chinese sauces, is you use a cornstarch slurry to thicken them. Let me just put one or 2 more spoonfuls of this in here. See how thick that gets us. Yeah, it's still too liquidy, so I'm going to keep adding some cornstarch here until we get to where I want to be. The cornstarch requires heat to gelatinize, as with most starch thickeners. You need heat. It's getting there, but I want this really nice and goopy, so I'm just going to dump all that in there. Alright, we got lots of broccoli and matsutake and udon noodles and this really delicious sweet umami soy sauce. It's getting, oh yeah, nice and goopy and thick now. Done. That's what we want. Okay. Now I'm gonna go in my tofu. I'm just gonna hit this with the green onions I had reserved. Greens with onions. This whole thing kind of tossed. Oh, did not look good. You know, Panda Express can eat its heart out. I'll eat Matsutake stir fry any day of the week over anything from Panda Express. So I guarantee you this is better for you. Cool. Well, you know, I'm gonna sprinkle just a little bit of sesame. That'll look nice. So this finishing thing, I'm gonna hit this just with some sesame seeds, a little extra crunch, a little extra protein, and you know, just aesthetically it's pleasing. So there you go. I will probably put some sriracha on this on the side. But yeah, there is my Matsutake udon Chinese broccoli tofu stir fry. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And yeah, let me know if you have any questions. You can check out my website, fastandmayfun.com. You can catch me on all the different social media channels. And you know, as always, I hope I supplied a entertaining and educational live broadcast. And check out, you know, my website for cool mushroom merch. So anyhow, thanks guys. Have a good one. One more shot. All right, one more shot of the finished product here. Really delicious and goopy, and oh, I'm hungry. All right, I'm getting off. Adios.